Arise, minions, and welcome to unMadeGaming. We are here for episode 2 of Season 2 of Paradise City, or episode 11-ish, if you're following along at home. We are here, we have the full cast and crew back with us today, and we are ready to jump in and start some bullshit. But first, if you guys like what we do here and you want to support the channel, down below is a link to our Patreon. You should go click on that. You should go subscribe to us because we're awesome. Down below is also a link to our Discord. Come chat with us, talk about the show, join the community, and be one with us. Join us. Join us. And last but not least, on the bottom right-hand corner of the screen, you'll see the corruption bar. That bar serves two purposes. One is when that bar fills, I get to do whatever the hell I want to these wonderful players. And two, every single dollar that goes back into that bar goes back into these wonderful, amazing, beautiful faces you see here before you. That being said, previously on Paradise City. After clearing everyone's names, Molly, Judd, and Artemis moved into the offices of the Ace of Spades Detective Agency and began to make it their own, as their base of operations in New Arkham City. Judd set to tracking any and all suspicious cases throughout the city that he thought might lead back to the events of the Yamashiro building, while Art and Molly used their resources to get the business off the ground. Everything was business as usual until a fresh-faced rookie knocked on the door with a strange case about missing doors. Molly, it's been about a month since the events went down on the Yamashiro building, since the staff belonging to Ermi was destroyed, since the lawyer has been put on retainer by one Artemis, and since you all started a new life as detectives in the city. What have you been up to in the last month? We know you went on a little bit of a shopping spree, and you bought a espresso machine for yourself, for the office, and for the once around the block donut shop. To which Archie, the kid who got the $100 bill, no longer works there, which you were a little bit remiss about because you couldn't teach him how to make a proper Americano. He never did learn. We are aware that you have moved in with Artemis. Some of us thought you were just friends, but it became clear as the days went on that it was a little more. But other than that, what have you been doing over the course of last month?
So other than perfecting a wonderful, wonderful Americano, because espresso is very important. You know, it's the creme de la creme of the world of coffees and drinks and liquid laxatives.
Okay.
No, I think my idea with Molly coming into this and the time of us kind of moving forward is her becoming less of a loopy, just whimsical child is a good way for me to think to put it, because she was always very just whatever after the actions of at the Yamashiro building. Man. She did move in with Art.
Yep.
And that, I think, was started out as her wanting to feel a bit more safe, and her fear as things seemingly got a little quiet over the last month compared to the madness of the time that they had together. She's still working at the club, not full time, but she's still working at the club because she wants to retain those connections there.
Okay.
And I mean, that's kind of just really what she's been doing is just kind of falling around and trying to ground herself in the world and accept the changes that have come over her as well with her mythos.
Sure. How, if at all, have those changes manifested?
More in her seriousness and her
like
will
a
to
demeanor.
sort of,
right?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I take it. So, you have been dutifully titled the office manager of the Ace of Spades.
Not a
Detective
secretary.
Agency. Not a secretary, but an office.
We decided that was
office
the
manager.
better title.
Yeah. It was decided that was the least likely title to cause any outbursts from Molly, is office manager.
And
I am a skilled woman. I'm not just a secretary.
Right.
And
Not
it's
gonna be
pretty
big and
true.
everyone's
Yeah.
We kind of let her run things.
Right.
because
Yeah.
We get into nerd mode.
It was established that several people tried to decorate, and you corrected them. That furniture choices were made and then remade. Lighting places were placed and then replaced in the right way.
I think maybe since you're working on the Americano and the espresso, like there's maybe like one day where you're like making espresso and like Judd demands that he wants a full size coffee, so you make him a full coffee of espresso, and he's just like bouncing off the walls for like a day afterwards.
That was the last day that Judd tried your coffee. It was a full.
It was just like 4 shots of espresso and like half of the rest of it was water.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yep.
Strong.
And he was losing it. Okay, so we will fast forward to the present day, where let me set the scene for you here to fill you in a little bit on last time. Judd is upstairs doing whatever Judd does upstairs, because in this scenario, Artemis has not only purchased the first floor where the Ace of Spades was, but the entire building. So you're slowly converting the whole building to a detective agency of 3 people. Whereas you are manning the front desk / coffee station / whatever else is out there that you'd like to be out there. I think at the moment you were sitting, I imagine, on the corner of cross-legged style on Artemis's desk, talking about something that I assume was very, very important when a knock on the door occurred. A young man in his early 20s, in full police officer blues, wearing the new Arkham PD uniform, walked in holding a newspaper, sort of handed it off to Artemis, and then began stuttering and mumbling his way through, trying to explain the fact that he had a weird case and was told that you guys handled strange cases. The case being that somebody stole doors. One would assume a shipment of doors, a pallet of doors. No, it was a building that had 2 doors on it and no longer had any doors on it. And instead of doors, it was just wall. They stole the doors and bricked up the building? No one knows. But he knows that the dock worker on his beat was very upset about his doors being stolen, and so he came here. Somewhere during that conversation, you offered him an Americano, and realized that you are, in fact, out of espresso. Molly, what would you have done in this scenario? That you are out of espresso, there's a new potential client waiting to be wooed by the so far not yet renamed Ace of Spades detective agency. What does Molly McGee do about this situation?
Oh, geez, I can't believe I love myself. You know, we've just been drinking so much coffee around here. I'm really trying. Listen, okay? Coffee is an art, and I've been trying my best. And not art like my art, but like an art form. I mean, she is also a form, a very beautiful one, but not the... Regardless, I'm very embarrassed. If you just give me like 5 minutes, I'm going to run around the corner. I'll get you something to drink, and we'll have a whole wonderful conversation. Sound okay?
Yeah, no, that's
You just
fine.
stay here. Don't leave. Stay here.
All right.
Stay.
Okay.
Good boy. She's going to run.
I think that's the moment that Judd realizes that you're
Yeah, that
not
was
just
probably,
friends.
yeah, that was all. That's probably like intersecting with the moment last week where like Judd is shouting at Artemis that he doesn't want any coffee, and
Yeah.
she's like, "No, it's a client."
Yeah. Judd, get down here. No, I'm fine. So Molly, you sprint around the corner. Now, because we all have an image of Molly in our heads that was clearly painted for us last season, what does Officer Manager Molly wear? Because I assume it's not a skin-tight dress and heels as you sprint around the corner, but I could be wrong.
The one outfit you were wearing all last
Yeah.
season.
I mean, every time you had the opportunity to say
girl.
what you were wearing, that's what you said you were wearing. But I assume Officer Manager Molly McGee doesn't sprint to the coffee shop in stilettos. I could be wrong.
Well, she definitely does have some stilettos on still, but a little more classy. They're black. They're not red this time. Sure. She does own some red pair,
They're
but
just
I think
red-bottomed.
that she has.
I get it.
She has like a high-waisted pencil skirt with
Okay.
like a slit up the side that probably goes mid-calf or mid-thigh.
Yep.
With like a black button-up shirt that would open up here and his long sleeves.
Okay. All right.
So a little more classy. But she still loves her own form.
I love that like you have the stereotypical like 50s like sexy secretary look, and you're just sprinting down the fucking street like full on to get coffee. Okay.
She has great balance. So running
Right.
these,
She just shoves someone out of the way.
Yeah, just like Heisman down the with a bag of coffee.
I'm on a very important mission. You don't understand.
We have a new client. Get out of the way. Just fucking
Can't roll with this.
throwing elbows. It's the first one. Get out of here. So I just want to play Molly for the next 2 hours. I think we all do.
I am all for it.
Yeah, I think we can all relate to that. So, Molly, you make your way down to the once around the block coffee shop, a frequent haunt of the detectives. And you see that you've kind of gotten accustomed to it, but your friend Archie, the one who did not know how to make an Americano, no longer works there. He had a dream of becoming a professional Fortnite player. He was given a $100 bill, and so he quit that very day.
As they do.
And pursued his dream of being a Switch streamer, playing Fortnite.
On the Switch?
On the Switch. Which is obviously the hardest platform to master Fortnite on. So you head back to this coffee shop. You see all the new employees there. This is one of your go-to places for emergency coffee grinds or espresso beans. The floor is yours, Molly.
So I feel like in the purchasing of things over the last month, I feel like maybe Molly has invested a little bit since she did buy the espresso machine. She's invested a little bit probably with art
Sure.
backing in this company, and that's why they sell quality coffee beans there now.
Right.
And hopefully are getting a little more business with better
Sure.
coffee.
And it's an exclusive contract that like they only sell coffee beans to the detective agency. Like cuz
she just buys them directly from the back.
Yeah. That's exactly what it is. Yeah. Cuz like they can buy wholesale. You guys can't buy wholesale. So they just sell at retail price of free to you guys. So it's like if you've ever worked at a Dunkin' Donuts and you run out of things, you just go to the next Dunkin' Donuts and you're like, hey, we need to borrow beans. It's just like that, except you're detectives.
Okay. This is just to tie this in a little bit more. I also feel like if she has like, Molly loves, I think, a bit of grandeur and being over the top.
A bit?
Coming from where she is, just a little bit.
Okay.
And I feel like in the lobby of their office, she's probably set up like a on the go place that is just things that she gets from around the block.
Yeah, absolutely. What is
like
included here?
So she just probably has like little pastries in like a little glass container.
So
Coffee and
do
espresso
you,
machine.
as the office manager, do you come in first and stop at once around the block first, and then just pick up your supplies?
Yeah.
Does Molly have a car? We never see you have your own car
She
in season
can't drive.
1. Okay, which makes that story even better because that means you wake up Artemis very early, and we know that Artemis is not a morning person. Is barely a daytime person.
She's barely a person.
I was going to say, barely a person most of the time. You wake up Artemis very early every day to go get this case of donuts, crullers,
So this also
bagels.
does leave a great montage moment of Art trying to teach Molly how to drive, but Molly determined to learn how to drive
Some point,
in 6-inch stilettos.
I mean,
Does Art have a car?
Art does have a car. She has
Yes.
the SUV.
Oh, right.
Well, the SUV belongs to the business. She has a like a moderately nice black car that's kind of cop looking.
Right, yeah.
You know, decommissioned from.
So I think because everyone else got their kind of montage last week, right? We can see this montage. So what does it look like with Artemis trying her damnedest to teach Molly to drive a car in 6-inch stilettos?
It's fine, I promise. Look, I just don't want to have to put my shoes on whenever I pull up to the building. Whenever I get my license, it just seems like such a hassle. I just gotta learn how to drive it right.
Right, driving it right is important. It is more difficult in heels, and I don't wear heels as big as you do. She stops and stares at her legs for a few minutes.
As Artemis is in like sneakers.
Yeah.
Molly like turns and runs through a red light. She's
that was you can't do that.
It's fine. It was yellow. It turned red when I was in the middle of the intersection. What could I do?
Uh-huh. Jesus Christ, we're gonna get pulled over by one of my former coworkers.
Don't worry, they'll love me.
You're not wrong.
I've never had a ticket before.
I have no idea why you've never had a ticket before.
Jesus Christ.
It's a nest. Do you want to keep having to get up with me every single morning? I mean, I'm okay with, just sleeping in the afternoons.
I mean, that would be ideal.
At 4 in the morning.
But I don't think we'll get clients that way. And
That's actually the police coming for...
They're coming for her right now.
For Molly right this second.
So Molly like pulls up. Guess I should switch with you.
Yeah. I can only imagine like that teenage like to start going, trying to get the heel placement of this as your foot slips off the pedal. Oh man!
And when she does actually stop for a red light, I do the mom thing where I throw my foot across her. Maybe it's extra bonuses.
Jeez,
maybe it's for safety. Maybe it's for.
It's both.
Okay. So we have this little montage, and we basically like see the car stop, right, and the camera does this cutaway of a very similar car, and you can see through the glass of Molly running towards the Once Around the Block coffee shop, which I just picture like a very like a very quick, because it's a pencil skirt, right?
I feel like she's probably like pulled it up.
And it's like pulled it up right to her ass, and it's just like just going in.
I also think like because I figured Molly worked out before, like
Sure.
She was already an athletic person, but I think she's taken up like long distance running. Not with her new abilities. So she's just a very good sprinter.
Okay.
Runner. So yeah, she's probably hiked it up. That's what the slit is for.
I mean,
mid-thigh, so you pull it up, she's got plenty of movement.
I don't think that's what it's for, but I mean, you use it for that regardless, and you are able to get those athletic legs all the way to the Once Around the Block coffee shop, and sort of open the door, and like I assume it's a big display of dramatics, right? That sounds like the Molly way to enter exasperatedly into a building.
Comes in, brushes herself off, walks up to the counter, grabs a napkin. Oh god, it's really hot today.
It is the middle of this.
Give me some ice water. Can I get some ice water?
I'm so sorry. Yeah, hold on. And you see this new worker reach out, and she begins to like pour the water. Ma'am, are you okay?
Have you been outside? It's like 120 degrees out there. I still don't. Oh, the humidity. Oh gosh.
No,
I'm just here for some beans. I'm
okay.
just here for the beans. And the water. Give me the water. And she pulls it.
Ma'am, we don't sell beans?
You know who I am?
I have no idea. This is my second day, and I'm so sorry.
I am an investor in this store. Okay? My name is Molly.
Okay.
I'm the one that got all the deals set up for you to have those fancy beans out there in the back and them nice new machines for you to be using. Now you can go get your manager and you can tell him I come here all the time to get the beans.
Okay, just 1 second, please. And you see her like sidestep and like go to like mess with like coffee things, and then you hear like the boop of the headset she's wearing, and you hear, "Excuse me, there's a Karen at the front. Could you please help? Please help. I'm all alone out here." And it kind of goes off. And, and then you hear like the clanging of like pots, and like you just see her making coffee. Like there's no one behind you. There's no one around. A minute or so goes by, and you see the swinging kitchen door kind of open. The manager like peeks over, sees you, sinks kind of back down, and just like pats this new girl on the shoulder. I'll take it. I'll take it from here. And he walks over and says, "Miss Molly, you're back."
I'm here for some beans.
Right. Yeah. How many beans do you need?
Oh, gee, give me like 36 ounces and I won't come see you for a while. You obviously need some new training for your new employees.
Yes, we obviously do. And he like glances to this poor like 17-year-old who's just trying to like head down, trying to make coffee. He disappears into the back and comes by with a big armful of this bag of beans and sort of plops it down on the counter. All right, Miss Molly, that should get you through the day. Is there anything else?
No, it's great. It's great. Thank you. It's always a pleasure to see you, Tom.
And she's gonna turn and just walk away.
So much. And you hear like as like the ding 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 of the bell. If she ever comes, you can just get me first, please. It'll be ding ding ding, and the door closes. And Molly, you are back on your way to the detective agency. Is there anywhere you go in the meantime? Or do you head straight back?
I think she heads straight back. At most, she might get distracted by like a coat and a window, to like stop and look. Yeah. And then she remembers a client and she starts,
Right. Love it. Okay. So you get back to the building. You enter inside, and you see that through the hallway, where you would normally see into the offices, the door is closed. It was open when you left.
Well, geez, who closed this here? Oh, that little shit. He didn't leave, did he? I'm just gonna like chuck the beans down and go to like open the door.
Okay. So as the door kind of creaks open, you see that not only did that little shit leave, but Judd and Artemis are also gone. You do see that there is the newspaper you saw this young officer bring in, and there is a sticky note of some kind stuck to the newspaper.
Just gonna walk over and like I feel like I grab the newspaper and like snap it open like the
yeah,
and look at it and then see the sticky note and pull it off and like look at it to read. Probably I feel like she has gotten tiny little manager like secretary glasses and like puts it on the brim.
Do they do anything?
No.
Okay.
It's pure aesthetic.
So you get the newspaper, you go back to your desk and just sort of get a feel for these. And you see that the sticky note is written in Artemis's handwriting. It says, investigating case, went to docks, call me.
Hey, we're gonna go. They could have given me a ride to get the beans. I didn't have to run. Do they know how hot it is outside right now?
Actually, Sam and Cherry, you guys could just leave. I'm just gonna I just want to show about Molly stuck with no car in the
Molly
office.
alone at the office episode.
I'm actually just gonna sit here and make sure nothing happens while Molly just loses her mind at the office. True. Like I don't even need to be here either. So you kind of tear the sticky note off, and you see that they have left without you. What are you doing?
She's reading it. I think she has like some like tissues to blow her nose. She's reached and she's like shoving them between her boobs and like trying to dry herself off because she's so sweaty now.
Yeah.
Because I imagine with the fog and City of Mist, like that just sounds like a humid place.
Yeah.
Just humidity
Plus,
in the
it's
summertime
it's the
is never
summer,
great.
and we're in New England, so
it's
I can
just gross.
I can tell you today it's 85 degrees with about 65% humidity, so it's hot.
Doesn't sound fun.
It's not.
I think so. She's looking. What am I supposed to do? Does it say where they've gone?
It just says investigating a case. Went to the
Call.
docks. Call me.
Well,
Is it- I think we had to call for an address or something weird.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
guess
yeah.
I'll call her. So she's gonna like grab her phone. I also want. I know it's like future times, but I feel like she has like a touch screen flip phone.
Perfect.
Just once again, so she's got it up,
Aesthetic.
and she's gonna call Art while she's trying to like dig through a closet where she has an extra shirt to see if she can change shirts.
Okay.
And it's like waiting on it to ring.
So, because timing works great in movies, we cut
Here we go.
to Judd and Artemis, who are inside of a warehouse. A giant glowing orb of light hangs in the ceiling, powered by whatever the hell Judd just did. And Artemis is in the center of this cone of light, on the edge of this light.
It's a miniature sun, and suns are powered by nuclear fusion.
I know what it is, but it's powered by you because you made it up. So we
I was
see.
just trying to make sure you understand.
No, I get it. I'm here with you. I'm on the same page. We see that Artemis is in the dead center of this cone of light. In the shadows around it, you see these prowling, wolf-looking creatures. As Artemis reaches down to touch this like carved circle in the floor, and as soon as you touch it, it traces in like this bright reddish orange of like this fire color, and then several points slide inwards and form a secondary circle inside, and then these runes begin to appear inside and outside of these spaces, and you hear the growl of these dogs crescendo, followed by as your phone begins to ring.
She's gonna tap her earpiece because she's old habits die hard.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, honey.
Well, hi, sweetheart. I just got. Did you know I was running to get coffee? Where did you go? I'm all alone here with you.
You're fucking talking on the goddamn phone right now?
Look,
What?
Judd,
Just shut up. This is a private. This is a private moment on the phone. Judd, shut up. I'm sorry, sweet. Okay, where are you?
I imagine
You said you're at the dogs.
in comic book fashion, you just see the earpiece with like the lightning bolts, like shut up, like of sounds coming out of them because it's maxed volume.
There's some things going on, honey. You could come down here. Hopefully, I'll still be alive when you get here. I love you. Bye. She clicks it.
Boop. The line.
We're
goes
gonna
down.
be in so much trouble, Judd.
She just hang up on me.
You know,
She's in trouble.
As you hold the phone, you just hear of the dead line.
Snap it closed, shove it in her pocket. Fine, I guess I'll just find a ride to the docks. I don't know how I'm gonna get there, but you know what? So does she have like a credit card that maybe is like the company card?
Yes.
Yeah, you're the office manager. Of course you would.
Okay.
Well, I'm really glad that we got this. And she's gonna pull it out and gonna order herself a very nice
Be a
Uber.
kill.
Yeah, a nice cab.
Okay.
Town car.
Yeah, a town car.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you call a very nice, Uber Black, a very nice, the most expensive one you could find, and 5 minutes goes by and you hear like a, meow, meow, and your app, ding, your driver has arrived, and your driver is allegedly waiting for you outside.
Oh my god, is it the kid from the coffee shop?
Oh my god, please.
No, he's a professional Switch streamer
Yeah.
now, guys.
So I think Molly has changed to get out of the sweatiness, and she does have on a pair of like mid-calf, I guess like mid-calf plaid pants that are also high-waisted,
Of course.
and then just another like a button-up or like a blouse t-shirt that she's tucked into
Sure.
it. But the same black heels. To get away from all this stuff. She probably has like some tissue shoved in that she's forgotten because I'm such a fluster. I can't believe they left me. So she's got like a bit of tissue sticking out of her.
It's so hot
her shirt.
outside, I can't even. Yeah, okay, so
She goes out and gets in the
Perfect. Yeah. So you exit the building, and there is a person waiting for you. They open the back door. Miss Molly
Thank you.
closes the door for you, walks around, and you are on your way. And as you are making your way downtown, driving fast, passing crowds, you eventually pull up to you eventually pull up to the docks, which is the I assume Artemis gave you slightly more of a direction. I believe it was Pier 42. Or Pier something, Building 42.
Definitely not Pier 1.
Definitely not Pier 1. They only do imports there. So you head out, the car drops, the car pulls over, guy gets back out, opens the door for you. And you, as soon as the door opens, you could swear Judd were outside. You hear a voice that is grating in the best of times, punctuated by heavy puffs on a cigar. You hear, "Are you fucking kidding me? You gotta fucking move the thing from over here to over there. How fucking hard is your job? For Christ's sake! Oh, God! Look, I know we can't get in the building. We don't have any fucking doors. This is ridiculous. Just get it off the boat. Put it over here. Wherever the cop lady comes from, we'll figure out where the doors are from. She probably stole them herself. That's job security. Fuck if I know. Look, I'm not picking it up." And you just see this Danny DeVito is the image you need here in your head. He is a short, maybe 5'2". He has suspenders on that are not working. His pants are held up by hopes and dreams, and he is puffing on a big fat stogie, yelling at just a group of dock workers, just doing their best, man. You see this guy. That like ring around the of hair around the head, bald on top, few like Homer Simpson wisps, and you see him just screaming and pointing and puffing up. Big clouds of smoke are rising out of his cigar.
Just Matilda's dad.
Yeah, 100%.
But he works at the docks.
Yeah, no hat, but yeah.
Isn't Danny DeVito play Matilda's dad?
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Yeah. Yep, that's who it is.
Awesome. I love
Just
Danny.
glue the bumper on, kid. Add a couple zeros. We run the odometer backwards. That's absolutely the guy.
Yeah.
So yeah, you are treated to this guy as you close the door and the Uber leaves. Allegedly, this is where you're supposed to meet your friends.
Just gonna like kind of walk a little bit closer towards him. Excuse me?
More just cussing and like, "Oh, for fuck's sake!" And he turns around. "Oh, hey, hey."
Smooths his
She's just gonna look down.
He does one of these. "How you doing?"
She's gonna
We
pull
don't,
the tissue from her.
We don't see your type around here very often. Boys, get back to work. It's just
Yeah, I
not
can
for
understand. You know, I mean, bunch of hard-working men down here. I'm actually from the agency that's.
Oh, you're
working
from
on
the
that.
agency. Boys, it's almost break time. What kind of agency are you from? Is this like how are we talking? If like we were to say like a number of zeros on this agency, how many zeros agency are we talking about?
She's gonna assume that he's talking about the phone number, and she's gonna. I think we have 6 numbers.
Oh, hey, oh, boys, back
Maybe
to
9
work.
figures.
9 zeros. That's like what comes with the package. Is it like a whole, like a week-long thing?
I mean,
And
each case is very unique in the time that it takes, but we try to be very efficient.
Thorough. It sounds like. Is there like a cruise involved with this? Like, where do we go?
You know, I don't think I've ever been on a cruise before.
Can a cruise be included, or do I have to pay extra for the cruise package?
Why would I take you on a cruise? Like in a car? You want to drive or you want to go ride in a car? Do you want to go along with
Is
when
that
we're
how this works?
investigating
Is this like a role play situation, or what is it? I don't.
role play? I'm sorry. You must have me. I still work at the club sometimes, but I don't work there all the time. But I. What are you talking about?
I'm sorry.
I think we're on two different playing grounds here.
Right? Yeah. I don't know if this is part of the scenario. I haven't paid you yet, so I don't.
I'm here from the investigation agency. There's a beautiful woman, and and a man.
Listen, doll. I'm gonna be level here with you. I don't know if this is part of the sales pitch or if we got off on a very.
She's gonna turn on, Lottie. And she's gonna start trying to walk around, trying to see if she can call out, John.
When do I pay you for this?
There's a very strange short man out here. I don't feel very safe. Where are you guys? Told me to meet you here. I don't know where you are.
Do I have to save her? Is this like a go back to work? Shut the fuck up. And this kind of continues. Hey! You hear like yelling around the building. But as you continue to walk away from this lascivious man, you do see that there is a very long extension ladder propped up on the side. Oh no, you don't see that. That's right. It was taken. You see nothing. And I would like... Man, I feel like... Judd, roll me an investigation.
Weren't there like high windows, like kind of
like way up? Yeah.
Be able to see some.
You might see some light then.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, you would see. So here's what you see as you move around the building. I'll actually take an investigation from Molly. What you see so far is this building is 4 walls. Straight up 4 walls. There are no doors on this building. Like at the top of the warehouse, which is a pretty decently high warehouse, you see like stained glass frosted windows. But roll me an investigate and let me see what you got there for your abilities.
Okay. Can I use CI?
Yep, I'll take that. That makes sense.
And is she going around trying to look into places to see what's going on?
The thing is, there's no place to look, right? It's just straight up walls. So you're kind of just like looking at.
Because I was curious
building.
if she could use flexible, if she's like climbed up on some boxes to try and like.
Sure. Yeah.
Peek up a little bit.
I'll take that. I'll buy that.
Okay. I don't think she has anything else that really.
Okay.
Would work
So
on
roll
this.
me an investigation
All right.
with the +2. What do we have?
Mild success.
I am not scroll all the way down. A mild success. Okay, cool. With 2 tags. So I'm going to be able to give you 2 clues. So you have 2 questions for me. I will give you clues. They will be muddy or partly false or something else. So what 2 questions do you have about
Did she
this
see
scenario?
Art's car anywhere as she was coming up?
Yes. You absolutely see Art's car. It is parked off the street, like up the side of the street, probably like the next building down.
Okay. So she knows Art's here.
Yeah.
Are there any like toppled over barrels or something that she would see where something would have fallen, or maybe if she can see the lights up above, if she saw where there's any kind of...
So what you see is there are like trash cans or barrels or boxes like that are moved. You can see the scrape from where they were pushed on the ground, and at the same spot at the top, you can see scuff marks on the ceiling, on the roof, like where the roof meets the side of the building, as if something were placed there like a ladder.
Okay. All right. So with her seeing the marks, she's going to flip back out her phone. She's going to call Art again. And I imagine the guy's still trying to talk to her, and she just has her hand out while she's waiting on the phone.
For sure. There's like I found, is this like a rescue thing, or is this like who am I playing in this roleplay scenario?
Oh, God, please answer the phone. I think this man is having a stroke.
The noise starts going off in the building. Artemis, your phone is ringing.
What's happening with the glow thing? Has anything happened since during her travel time?
I believe you were about to investigate that thing. So far, it's just glowing. It's covered in runes. It's glowing like fire, and the light seems to be coming from underneath this thing. As a reminder, previously it looked just like the way the doors were like filled in. It looked as if there was a hole here that got refilled in. So if you'd like to roll me an investigation on this crazy symbol, you are welcome to do so.
I'm gonna use danger sense.
Okay.
Is there anything nature-y about these rooms? I would assume not.
No, nope.
I think that might be all that I really have.
Let's see here. What else do we have? We can do...
Maybe always prepared? No.
I'll take always prepared. I'll take that.
I think really that's all that works.
I'll also, you know what? I'll take photographic memory as well. I think that could apply here.
I figure regardless of if this does anything, she's gonna remember the symbols.
Yep. Let's see here. What?
Very
how did I
successful.
have any negatives. Okay, cool. So,
Whoa.
you
nice
are
roll.
super duper. Wow.
It summoned a cat.
Starbrook was not happy about being picked up. So you have 3 questions you can ask me, and I will be truthful with all of them.
Do any of the symbols look familiar?
The symbols look like they are in a different language. One you are unfamiliar with at first glance.
Do I feel or sense anything?
I will also say the letters look Middle Eastern, right? Like they have that kind of scroll to them. So that's question 1. What was question 2? Sorry.
Can I is it warm to the touch? Do I feel or sense anything as I put my hands towards it?
It is warm to the touch. It's as if man, how do I explain that?
Yeah.
It's like, man, have you ever had a room that was warmer than the rest of the rooms and you can feel that heat coming under the door?
Yes.
Or colder? It's that same kind of thing. Like you can feel heat coming specifically through the cracks. Not on the stone. The stone's cool to the touch, but as you put your hand over these lights, it feels warm.
Okay. Good. Any thoughts?
Don't you have one more question?
Mm-hmm.
I have one more question. That's why I'm
Oh, I thought you meant on what to do next. I was like, wait.
No. Sound is the only thing I can think of, but
my
I'm
my
open.
question, the one I was thinking of was what was the language, but you kind of already said that we don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Middle Eastern.
Do the dogs react to the light at all?
That's a good one. I like that.
I think they're held. So I'll give you this for free. That's not I won't use that as one of your questions because I think we talked about it last time. They're held at bay by the light, and
By my light.
by your light. And I don't know if Artemis told you, but she flashed a flashlight at them, and they just sort of moved around the beam of the flashlight.
Yeah.
If you're asking if they're reacting to the light glow from the stone, no.
That's more what I meant.
Yeah.
It's not like a thing that did something. To
Nope.
them.
Nope, they're
Okay.
fine. So you still have a question. I won't count that one as one of them. So you can still ask me. You can bank it for use later in this scene pertaining to this circle.
Let's do that for now.
Okay. So yeah, you're crouched down. As soon as you touch this, it begins to glow, right? And as you're kind of passing your hand, maybe not touching the runes, but sort of passing your hand over it, it seems to go down. It doesn't seem to be written on the floor. The light seems to be coming from underneath, and as you pass your hand over it, it feels warm. And as you're kind of looking at this, and you're trying to figure out what the script is, and you kind of look up to Judd, you hear
Touches your thing. Hi, honey, are you here?
So you'd take a credit card, or how does this work? You're muted, and it's so
God.
great. You're muted.
I'm outside. There's a very strange man. I think he thinks I'm a
Is there a
prostitute.
swipe?
I don't.
access?
I'm.
God,
Can you shut up, please? And she's gonna
This is very unbecoming.
Can you,
of what
Audie,
kind of
man,
agency
Audie,
you
how do
work
I get in the
for.
building? This man will not shut up. I don't know what to do.
Told me to shut
we
up. I
we
didn't
borrowed
ask for this kind of service.
a ladder.
Is there like a
Did
agency
you tell
ladder.
him you
I
were
can
with?
call?
I think we're still going by Sam's name. Us? Did you mention our agency? Perhaps that would help with your
What's the name again?
I need the agency.
Did we change
card.
it? I
I'm
thought
gonna-
we
I'm gonna call
Ace
the-
of Spades.
I'm gonna call the
I'm with the
agency
Ace of
and I'll-
Spades detective agency, sir. I'm not a prostitute.
Oh,
There we go.
You idiot.
you could have said that to begin it.
I told you I was here with the investigators. You thought I was trying to take you on some sort of sex cruise?
I mean,
What's
have you
wrong with you?
like?
Honey,
Have you?
Any beautiful. Hold on, Artie. Hold on. Any beautiful woman comes to talk to you, think you could just talk to them that way?
I
You
don't
think
think
there's
it makes
some
sex cruises.
Honey, look at where you're at right now. You're down
Don't
by
you
the
call me
docks.
honey.
Well, listen, you
Oh.
come
Don't-
down here.
don't you do
come
it.
down here dressed like that with
Don't
those
you
stems.
do it dressed like
and
what?
you-
Just like what?
I'm just saying,
He's gonna,
we
like,
don't
raise
get
whenever-
we don't get people like you down in this side of town, and you come out of here out of a
This
blacked
guy
out
is
car.
never gonna hire
come-
us again.
Artie, I'm gonna go to jail.
I'm
gonna go to jail.
Oh God. Let's.
No cruise, nothing.
This
The
guy's
guy
going to have.
turns-
Your crew over there and take him on a cruise, you slummy slag of a man.
If you
Like
work
the
for an
guy
agency,
talking
I'd
to
call
him. How you
him.
think you
Honey?
could talk to me that way?
No.
Oh
Okay.
my
Honey,
God.
this guy is about to have a worse day than whatever you're tossing at him because it is not good in here. And
Chad didn't eat the burritos again, did he? Because I just now got
No.
the opposite out.
no, this is there's how
Huh?
we've seen some weird shit. Well, we found some more weird shit. If you could get onto the roof,
The roof?
that's the only way in here. The doors are missing. I think you saw the note. The doors.
I did see the note. I
missing.
did see
Yeah.
the note. I thought it might have been a metaphor.
No, it's a literal thing. The
Oh.
floor is glowing.
Glowing.
There are shadow dogs. I don't know if they're
Shadow
gonna
dogs.
kill me. You should just ask, honey. You're gonna need to be nice to the fat rude
Oh, no,
man.
he's gonna have to be nice
Don't
to
be
me.
nice to
He's
him.
gonna.
I need a ladder, and I need it now. And if you don't give me the ladder, things are gonna get really messy around here, mister.
Are you threatening me? First, you come over here soliciting in a no
she's gonna
soliciting
reach out.
zone.
She's gonna grab him, and she's
Oh.
gonna, because she's so much hot.
You're gonna get me the ladder,
Okay.
or you're gonna end up in the water out there, and you don't want to know the things I've seen crawling around in the water in there.
Make me a
Oh.
convince roll.
Okay.
She's threatening the swimming thing that he was threatening to you. She
Oh.
yells up to Judd.
No, good.
All
I
right.
think
So
if
she's gonna.
they,
The
started
best-
out better, they'd be friends.
The best part is Kitty has no frame of reference to the fact that he absolutely threatened. So narratively, Judd came out being Judd, and they went to a battle of who could swear the most, and he threatened to throw Judd in the river. And now you're doing it too. Okay, what?
In another lifetime, this would have been a great friendship.
You have 6 power. That doesn't sound right.
No, I
Let's
did
let's re-roll that. What do we have here? Yeah, hit
Okay, so I'm
hit
gonna
reset.
use-
Yep, there we go.
I'm gonna use seemingly delicate.
Okay,
Uh,
are you? Do you seem delicate right now?
She
I mean-
seems like she's
Oh,
not
well,
gonna whoop his ass.
okay, I'll
but
take it.
she's going to.
uh-huh.
I'll take it.
Untapped rage,
Okay, I'll take that one. That
And
one clearly
silver-
fits.
silver tongue.
Yeah, let me see what else we have here. Scarlet Letter works against you. I feel like that's the most appropriate negative tag here.
Okay.
And then roll me that convince. Okay, well, shit. You convince him. So let me just double check how convince
Does
works.
she like pick him up a little bit, and that's when he knows he's in trouble?
So, maybe. Your target on a 10 plus can choose to either take a status or to change their agenda to include yours, at least for the time being. Okay, yeah. So you you grab him by the tie and kind of yank him in and threaten him, and he goes, "Oh."
And as she's doing it, like I think, like even like she's gonna lift up a little bit, like
Yeah,
with
yeah,
just
yeah.
her rage that she's been trying her best to work on.
He goes. So you're dead serious? This isn't part of like a scenario.
I'm just gonna pull him.
If you don't give me that goddamn ladder right now, I'm gonna yeet you right into the water over there, and whatever's gonna eat you, you ain't gonna ever think about trying to put your dingle penis in a woman ever again. It's gonna rip it right off, you hear me? I've seen it happen before.
Now the internet's going to have a clip of you saying dingle penis. Forever now.
Yep.
He's like, his eyes go wide, and he's like, okay, all right, I get it. I don't know what a lot of the words you just said meant. I don't speak whatever the hell you kids are saying these days. But all right, I'll get you a ladder.
Pitiful little man.
You fucking psycho. And he like starts to walk away.
Your mom should be ashamed of you.
You're shut up.
Disappointed.
Lady, you can only go so far. And he starts to walk. A few minutes later, you hear like a of him dragging a ladder that is way too big for him to carry. And he just sort of props it against the roof and like goes to walk away. Like you'll have to extend it yourself. He just dragged it over to you and started to leave. Here you go, Toots. Clang.
Puts my ass here, smelling like a bag of rotten nuts.
Trying in the fucking...
Disgusting. Take a bath.
And she's gonna start trying to just extend it.
Street. Shut up.
Well, he's gonna as she gets it extended up, she's gonna...
Art is probably just holding her face, trying not to laugh at shit.
Because the best part is, you were on the phone.
Yeah, he just probably slipped it into her, and it's in her boobs, the phone.
Yeah. So, Judd, you hear the clang of a ladder being hit against the rooftop. And then eventually you hear the tick, 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 tick of heels clambering on the roof.
And I feel like she definitely took off the heels, and she's got them like biting the leather in her mouth, and she's like cursing herself. She's still so mad, but she seems to be like lifting pretty quickly up this ladder, not with a lot of...
So, just to be clear, driving... Shoes on. Ladders, that's where we draw the line.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yep.
all right.
It's a really far. I mean, I imagine it's like 100 feet up here.
It's a good 60 feet, yeah.
Like, yeah, I could fall.
Could fall. You're right.
Beautiful neck, I don't want it snapped.
Someone draw this with Molly, with the shoes. The red bottom Louboutins in her mouth as she climbs, fucking yelling, fucking fat piece of shit, as she climbs up the stairs. So you get to the rooftop. It is hot on your feet. It is a rooftop. It is a tarred rooftop. But you do see that there is a skylight that has been kind of thrown open. There's another ladder that leads down that sticks out of the skylight. And you see that there is a massive, bright, yellow light beaming out of the skylight.
Jeez, I didn't realize Joe was going to have a party. Where did they get all these ladders from?
And she's like... She is kind of half-assed trying to put on her heels because it's so hot, and she is...
I don't want to ruin my hose on roof. I bet Judd's down there. What is the kind of shit light?
And she's gonna finally she has she's strapped back up, and she gets down and she leans and sticks her head through the hole and looks down.
Judd, about 10 seconds ago, you heard, "Where do they keep getting all these ladders?" From outside of the hole. 10 seconds goes by, and you see Molly's head stick over the side, opposite the ladder, and look down at you.
Art's gonna hang up the phone, and right as Molly gets down the ladder, I'm gonna touch the thing.
Okay. So Molly, you see Judd standing on a catwalk about 10 feet down at the base of this ladder. And as you kind of quickly look down, you see that there's a cone of light in the center of it. It's Artemis. There's a glowing circle, right where she is, and you see her about to reach down and touch this. What are all you guys doing?
What the hell are you guys doing down there? Are you having a party, Judd? What's going on? Audie, don't you touch it. What's going on, Judd?
As she probably touches it, and Molly's...
it's too late. She's already...
trying to clamber down the ladder.
Judd, you have a second to react. Artemis is about to touch this.
We're investigating the doors.
What
Not the band.
The band?
I hate both
We're
of
the
you.
best detective agency.
One of you was a cop. One of you was an investigative journalist.
That was so amazing.
Only one of you has an excuse right now.
I cannot believe we said that at the same time.
I hate this show.
You love it.
We're investigating the doors. The band. Okay.
Not the band.
To be fair, there's lots of lights, you know, there's angry...
It just shows how close that this group is getting, even though they fight like a third of the time.
No,
Fine.
unacceptable. So
And Art.
and then Art touches the thing.
Yeah.
Okay, as you touch this, I need you to roll for me
Roll what?
something. I don't know yet. I need you to roll.
Face danger, go toe to toe, hit with all
I think it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be a face danger. That's what it's gonna be.
Good sign.
Yeah.
Good sign.
Off to a good start.
I'm gonna use survival of the fittest.
Okay.
Danger sense.
Okay.
Always prepared.
Okay, and I'm going to activate your weakness tag of maintain contact with nature.
Fair.
And let's see. I think your trench coat. Did we use up your trench coat last time?
No, we have not touched my
Okay.
trench coat at all.
Okay, I wasn't sure if we used it up last season. Okay, cool. So that's
Yeah.
a face danger with a +2 power. So go ahead and roll me that danger. Okay, cool. All right, let me see. Let me just make sure how face danger works exactly. I believe you just face it. You take a -1. Yeah. On a 10 plus, you fend off all the effects and take no status at all. So what happens is you touch this as Molly's like coming down the ladder, yelling at Judd. Judd's yelling about investigation. There's a conversation about doors going on. You touch this thing, and where your hand presses in, the cement falls inward, and then slowly, block by block by block, all the little like cut-ins from when the ring came in and then the other lines came in, all begins to fall away, and you quickly throw your hands out to the opposite side of the circle, as the circle is now no more, and you are looking down into what is clearly a fiery pit. You are not hovering, you are holding yourself up over a fiery pit. Yeah.
And literal fire.
Literal fire. You can realize why it was hot. From what you can see, it looks like it's far down, which is why it was only slightly warm when you put your hand over it before, but like it looks like this is probably like a good 100, 200 foot fall.
I think I found hell, guys.
You all hear that from above the catwalk as you see you see Artemis has two hands over to the opposite side of the hole, knees on one side, hands on the other side, as she is positioned over this hole as if she's about to fall in.
Can I get some help?
Oh gosh! And Molly's gonna like try and go down faster and see if she can get to Artemis.
Okay. So you kind of slide down the slanted ladder, down the catwalk ladder. Judd, what are you doing in this scenario?
I too would like to get down to the ground level, but I would like to investigate whether there's anything of interest in the lava hole.
In the lava hole. Okay. You would need to get down there and remove Artemis from the lava hole to like get down and investigate. You can do that though.
Artemis is always getting in the way.
Right? She's always in the way of your investigations. That's, you know.
Look, I'm attracted to holes now, okay?
Wow. Wow. Okay.
Oh my god.
Okay. Wow.
I love this crew.
Yeah. It's fine.
Wow.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
I
So
feel like that's the joke Judd would make as he's coming down the ladder.
Don't try to put that evil on me. You gotta own that one.
I'm invoking the McCloakin Stella.
So, Judd sees this, slides down the catwalk, as Molly is making her way down the slanted ladder. Molly follows him down the catwalk ladder. You are both on the ground. I assume Molly sprints over to assist Artemis. As Judd, based on previous actions, I assume you casually walk over?
Yeah.
Sounds like a Judd move. Molly, describe to me how you pull Artemis from the depths of hell.
Okay, so is there any bars or anything like behind?
There is nothing. So
This place is
this
empty.
place is completely cleaned out. There's no boxes. There's no nothing. As you slide down and like go towards Molly and like sort of like get like some kind of a hold on her, what you do notice is you hear this low growl coming from like all around you, and you did not notice this.
At all.
I mean, you know, sometimes it's just like a loud growl. So you hear this as you get down to like the first floor and start to like run. That adrenaline, as you kind of grab onto Artemis, you hear this like coming from all around you.
Okay, if I wanted to use, because I think Molly's generally always got her devil's claw on.
Sure.
If I wanted to like have Molly grab her and kind of like pull herself back.
Yeah.
Or pull me back by like the
But,
trench
like-
coat because it's
Yeah, but I imagine like if she needs leverage to pull her and not also go forward. I'm trying to think because that's what I was saying. There's a bar she could grab and like pull her like that. But would I have to
No.
roll for that? Like
Nope. This is completely narrative. You tell me how you do it.
okay. So I think it's one of those moments where the wings kind of come in handy in this.
Okay.
Whatever it is that lifts her on these things. Oh God! Why is the ground? I don't. Oh, why? This is why you don't just touch strange things. I told you. I'm not touching stuff when I moved into your apartment. You don't just touch. Okay. I'm just look. I'm gonna grab you, and she's gonna like try to like wrap her arms around the lower part of her waist and try to like just pull her back with like any force that she can to
Okay.
to
Okay.
bring her back. Probably
Art
back.
as she like gets grabbed is gonna like try to push
Like
herself
try to like
back a little
shove
bit
off
to
the
help.
rocks. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's it's
Sure.
that wrestling move. You know, the one where you bend over backwards. Sam, what's that wrestling move? Judd would know. So I will say this: you do that successfully, Judd. What you see is you see Molly run over there, grab Artemis by like the waist, and like force herself backwards, and you see like dust like kick up, as if two wings had flapped. And so there's like those two little like dust devils on either side of the thing as you see her pull backwards. So you catch that for a second and just like and as Molly is able to like flop backwards with Artemis, you have full access to the hole. Don't unmute. Don't unmute.
I also think that as I fall back, I was like, touching things has also, gotten me some good luck too. She kind of just hits on Molly to make her feel better.
Molly's just like, she looks rough. She's sweaty again. She changed clothes for no reason. There's like dirt smudged on her cheek. Oh, you better make this up to me later.
Oh, we're gonna have to get you some work outfits that are not just for the office, I think. We'll go shopping and maybe pick up extra stuff. She
I
just kinda
didn't
winks at
realize
her.
I was going to be climbing 2 60-foot ladders.
Me.
Yeah, Judd's going to ignore this conversation and
Me too.
Look into the lava hole.
Good.
To
Roll me an
see
investigation, Sam, please.
What's up with the lava? I have seasoned investigator.
I'll take that.
I have knows where the bodies are buried. Are there any bodies in this
There
lava?
are no bodies in this lava. At least not as far as you can see.
Well, I also know about fire. I've got
Um,
fire of creation and destruction.
I will say, I think the Maconian trick works here.
Okay.
I will say, I think that
Things are
I
not
think
as they
that
seem.
might be. I think that might be it.
Okay.
Let me see. Let me look at your weaknesses here. Yeah, that's a good one. Your weakness, ceaseless torment, comes into play here.
That is a good one.
And you may make.
I
a
will
roll.
mark some attention, and I will make the roll. That's a 7.
That's close.
I can take a 7. It's not a 6.
It's not a
Could
6,
be
but it was
worse.
damn close. You have one question to ask me, and the answers may be foggy.
What? Is there anything out of the? I guess out of the ordinary is the wrong term because the whole thing is out of the ordinary. But anything that is not just this is a pit filled with lava.
Yeah. Judd, how religious are you?
Not particularly.
Okay.
Yeah.
How brushed up on religion are you?
Now that probably more so.
Okay.
Like Judd. So Judd was raised as Jewish because his grandparents are Jewish. And so he probably actually has a pretty good knowledge of religious history and a little bit of like that kind of theology. So if it's Old Testament kind of shit, he would probably at least know the stories.
Judd, it's Old Testament shit.
Nice.
It looks like you're staring into hell.
There you
Called
go.
it.
As you actively you kind of hold yourself on and you're not panicking and you look over, you see that this isn't a lava pit at all. This is 200-ish feet down, maybe, if not more, depending on how satanic geometry works. But it looks like hell. There are everything you'd seen in a movie or were taught as a kid of fire and brimstone, of these gouts of these plumes of fire just sort of erupting upwards. And the longer you stay there, the more you feel pulled in, you slowly find yourself leaning ever so slightly more, and the longer you lean, you hear sounds, moans or wails or cries, but you hear lamentations coming, but distant,
Sure.
as if calling you a siren song.
Sure. Not great. Yeah, Judd will back up.
Mm-hmm.
I think he tosses the butt of whatever he's smoking into the pit and then lights a new smoke.
Okay. I think there's a cool scene that happens where you lean backwards and you flick that cigarette, and as it end over end into the hole, as soon as it crosses the threshold, you see and all the rocks reappear. And the glow slowly starts to fade. As the glow is fading, I will remind you, you have one more truthful question for Artemis.
From Artemis.
You have one
Me.
banked clue. The glow is fading. The rocks have reappeared. What is the question you have?
I will take suggestions because I'm drawing a blank.
Yep. Now everyone is down here. Everyone can see these symbols on the hole if you want to ask any questions.
Molly is so confused. She doesn't really have any well laid out thought.
Yeah, that's fair.
You're muted, Sam.
With the context we have now, can we recognize the symbols?
If Artemis would like to ask that as the question, I have an answer for you.
Yes.
Judd, with your background, albeit you were a child at the time, and you're not a practitioner, you're pretty sure as these rocks begin to reform and as the light begins to fade and as you see the concrete settle back down into concrete, you're pretty sure you're looking at Solomon's seal.
Ooh, interesting. Interesting.
I think that is some Old Testament folklore that you would at least be vaguely familiar with.
Yeah.
And then you hear that like kind of noise as it like solidifies and reseals. And you and Artemis, you can both see that seam, that fine circle seam that's barely perceptible because you've seen it before.
Yeah, so Judd will say, because I think, if I remember correctly, stories about like the Solomon Seal stuff originated in like the 1600s.
Yeah,
right?
if not before.
Yeah, so Judd will say, Art, when you were a kid, were you ever into like goth shit? You seem like you might have been one of those kind of kids.
Goth shit. I mean, I studied some. She kind of like scratches her head. Some like a little bit of gods and goddesses and some Wicca stuff. Because my mom was like nature-y and stuff.
Yeah, I figured you might be that kind of. Yeah. Have you ever heard?
She just shakes her head.
There's old stories in different religions and
right.
That kind of witchcraft stuff about in theory King Solomon was supposed to have captured a bunch of demons and devils and made them work for him.
My Bible stuff's a little rusty, but that
It's
sounds familiar.
not even really Bible. It's more like religious folklore kind of. It doesn't really matter, but the long and short of it is, it's kind of devil binding kind of shit. I think that's something to do with this. Have you ever heard of Solomon's seal?
Solomon sounds familiar. The seal? Was that like?
Yeah, he was the king. He famous for cutting babies in half.
I remember the babies. It's a little hard to forget. What was the seal?
Oh man, it's been I don't know a lot about this stuff either. I've never. The occult was never really my thing personally, but I think that. In most religions, there's usually some kind of damnation. Whatever's down there, related.
Does this relate to our little Slurpee find outside? How in the hell does all this go together?
Oh, that fucker out there?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure he's gotta be a coincidence. That dude
is a coincidence.
That dude is irrelevant in the grand scheme of things of anyone I've ever met. If that bastard is cosmically relevant in the grand scheme of things, then it's fuck. I don't want to be on this world.
I mean, considering the shit we found on Douchey McLawyer stuff and what he told us about, this kid's into some fucked up shit. So I mean,
but at most. Oh, well, that could be the kid. Oh, that's a good point.
Are the dogs still there?
Yeah, they're still like that low.
So, what should we do about? She kind of points. We could do some research here in a little bit. But,
yeah, we could just leave. I mean.
All right, let's get out of here.
Yeah, just gonna go climb the ladder and get out of here.
Okay.
What are we gonna tell? You know what? Oh God, I'm gonna have to talk to him, aren't I? She looks at Molly.
Tell him fuck all. Tell him fuck all.
You know what? I'm gonna tell him if there are any cameras or anything around here to like send it over. But A, he shouldn't go in there, and B, there's really not much to see.
Okay.
I'd tell him to go in there.
No.
Tell him to touch the circle. He'll be fine. Okay, all right. So the three of you clamber out of the warehouse. Judd, what happens to your light?
I think once, we get like one of those kind of like TV show shots where like we get like all of them climbing out, and then like the like miniature sun is like kind of bobbing there for a minute, and then it just like disappears.
Okay. Who is the last person out and onto the rooftop?
Probably Art. She'd want to
Okay.
make sure that Judd and Molly got out first in case the dogs did something.
Okay, perfect. So as you all get out, you pull the ladder up. Just to do a quick recap for Molly, you discussed. Looks like that's a portal of hell. Seal of Solomon. Guy summoned a bunch of demons.
I was very correct in my quick assessment.
Yeah. Was there anything that Molly would have added to that scene while you were holding Art and she was actively not getting off of you?
Not really. Probably.
Okay.
She doesn't know a lot about any of that. She's not very religious.
Sure. Okay, so all of you get out. You are pulling the ladder up that you had borrowed from a different warehouse. And as you are grabbing the bubble dome window to close back over this hole, you see, almost like a sunset, you see the miniature sun that Judd somehow created slowly start to like fold on itself, and you see everything go from like the bright like sunny sky to like, you know, the pinks and orange hues and then darkness. And as soon as that like whoosh of darkness, sort of that blanket sort of gets pulled back over you, and immediately hear like as all of the things that were held at bay like erupt into the basement, or the base floor, as you close the window and slap that padlock back on there. You are all able to make your way down the ladder, and Mr. Worf, who you guys don't know his name, is not on the side of the building. So the three of you are alone until you approach the front end where your vehicle is. What do you guys do?
Judd's just gonna get in the car.
Okay.
Is the guy there or is he left?
If you guys go to the front of the building, he's at the front of the building.
Art will go tell him like, hey, if you had any cameras, anything, like, A, your shit is gone. Not just your doors. And B, I wouldn't go in there. You got it's you don't want to go in there.
It's a crazy gas leak. You definitely don't want to go in there. That's what all the noise is, and the stench.
A crazy gas leak. How
Yeah,
can we
yeah.
even have a gas leak? I don't even understand.
Underground gas. It bursts. I hear it bursts from underground all the time. It smells like
Yeah.
sulfur. There's lots of fire. It's
'Cause
a
they
real
run the-
hell show in there.
Pipes under the stuff. It's
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But also
Okay.
your shit was stolen. So if
My
you
shit
have
and my
any
doors.
yes. It is empty and smelly in there.
Yeah. You don't
So if you have like camera footage or anybody that would have been around, you got my card, send over anything. I want to help you find your stuff because I'm sure you're gonna have some people pretty pissed at you. You know?
I mean, we deal with private accounts, and I'm not, you know, and he like tries to hand wave the fact that people might be pissed at him. You know, we don't really deal in cameras, but I'll see what I'll see what I can find for you.
Anything you send over will be kept private. I'm just trying to help you find your stuff.
All right. Well, you know what? I appreciate that. And he like looks over at Molly, and then like through Molly looks at Judd, and then back to Molly and says, "I'm sorry that we got off on the wrong foot here, Tootsie. You know, you know."
She's just gonna and
You ready to go, Audie?
Yeah, but yeah, don't go in there. I'll send a gas guy or something, and it's just
Sure.
Yeah.
Detective, can I have a word? Just like it's you and me, just real quick.
you two guys get the car. She just tosses the keys to Molly. I'll drive, but you can,
Don't let him be a creep. Don't you be a creep.
I'm
I'm just right over there.
She's a little protective of me, and she
Which is
just
why
winks.
she's gonna huff
She
and-
just winks at him.
he looks and makes sure that Molly keeps going, and he's like, okay, listen, Toots.
Yeah.
Your girl came over here. I don't know who she is in your organization, but she stepped out of a blacked out car and she says, excuse me, I work for an agency, looking like that. What did
Look,
you expect from me? Now she's threatening to throw me in the river. She's doing a whole bunch of stuff.
I can see where the misunderstanding
Thank you.
is, but she would definitely throw you in the river, so I would just be nice to her.
Okay, but at the same time, can you blame a guy? You say you're working for an agency.
It's fine. Well, I would maybe not. It's not fine, but
At least you gave me a card when you walked out of your blacked out van.
I can hear a beep beep from the car.
I will make sure she has cards.
Please.
Somewhere.
Look, any
She
other guy
kinda
around.
Thinks about how
Where she's
Molly
gonna
doesn't.
put them.
Yeah, Molly doesn't.
I'm just saying, in the future, I don't want some other guy get thrown in the river.
Right.
It's not conducive to your detective work, I assume, if all your clients are floating.
I kind of want to see her throw something in the river, but not a client.
Right.
Molly stick her head out the window and yell at them. She's not gonna go on a date with you, you sleaze bag.
Thanks!
Like I said, she's very protective of me. I'm sorry.
Okay, get out of here before she crashes into my building and makes a new door. Please. I'll send
Yep.
over whatever I have. Just get fucking
Yep.
the tiny freak show out of here. She's terrifying. If I'm being honest.
Molly's making rude gestures out the window.
Right.
He's doing
Thank you,
he's
sir.
doing
Yeah.
he's doing the dad in the driveway. Have a good
Thank you, sir. I'll hopefully hear from you soon.
So you three are able to get back to the SUV. Molly, are you driving?
No, she was in the passenger seat.
Okay. So you hop in the driver's seat, and where do you guys go?
I feel like either to the office or the cafe. I'll let the group.
Okay.
Probably back to the office.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's got some fresh coffee.
So the SUV takes off. Minutes later, you end up back at the exterior of the Ace of Spades Checkup Agency building. Everything looks as though you left it there. The scene is yours.
All right. What do you think, Judd? Where in the hell do we go next?
That's a very good question that I don't actually have a lot of answers to. But
you would know, Judd. Actually, I think everyone would know to some capacity, like in the back of your head, kind of a fact. But Judd, you'd be at least tangentially familiar. You know that the Miskatonic University has a massive library, and in the library there is an occult section. You also know that they have various occult studies at the university.
Art's gonna draw the symbol. She's not a great artist, but it's close enough to be a professional would know what it is.
Yeah.
But she's gonna while they're trying to figure out how to contact and go about that, she's gonna draw it out on a piece of paper.
Okay.
I tell you what, I actually may know someone that could help us with this. They're a bit of an expert when it comes to weird old shit and occult bullshit. Honestly, they're fucking out of their mind. Crazy insane. I wouldn't even bring it up if it wasn't necessary. Professor down at the university. We could give a ring, see if we take the call, see if we might know anything.
Sure. She hands him the drawing. If you want to scan this and send this to convince him to come talk to us, or you think we should just take it with us?
I think we should just go. You never know when he's gonna. If I call him, it may not get back to us for a month, or it might be tomorrow. It might be 3 weeks.
Oh, so he's like you.
Well, I mean, no.
So should we grab an extra
no.
pack of smokes and head over there? Is that what you're saying?
No, he's crazy.
gentle like you.
Artemis,
Wow.
please roll me a face danger.
Oh boy.
Uh-oh.
I'm gonna leave what I have already up. The always prepared, survival of the fittest, and danger sense.
Did I give you a negative?
You
no-
did. No
no-
connection with nature. I would imagine
Yeah, no
There
no
are
negative
plants.
here. Yep.
there are plants and shit in this office.
Yeah, you can
Artemis
take that
made
one
sure
off.
of that. I would be surprised if we didn't have an animal somewhere too. We probably have an alley cat that Molly feeds.
Hopefully not on purpose.
Yep.
Okay, yeah, that
Face
looks good.
danger.
Yep, face danger. Okay. You draw that symbol and hand it off to
Ooh.
Judd.
Gotcha.
Okay. So yeah, Judd would like to know a person.
Okay.
So I guess this maybe change the game. I don't really know.
Yeah. Roll me a change the game, and this will determine how good of a friend you have.
Oh, whoops! I didn't mean to.
That's all right.
press it
We can re-roll that.
yet. Okay, so yeah, what I'm imagining is like I want like a crazy professor occult guy.
Okay.
You know, like the kind of guy that would like be like the person that like would get consulted in, you know, like a movie like Indiana Jones or like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Maybe like this dude is like a professor, but is like getting in trouble or whatever because he like doesn't like teach classes, and like, you know, it's like that. It's like holed up in their research type person.
Yeah.
So yeah, Judd's got Judd the info broker.
I'll take it.
I got knows where the bodies are buried.
I'll take that.
Seasoned investigator, having contacts, that kind of thing.
Yeah, you know what? I'll buy that. Let's see. Does Judd have any negatives that would apply here? I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think so.
Oh yeah.
Okay. All right. Cool. So story tag 1 is George Gamel Angel, and I'll put that in chat for you. George Gamel Angel, Professor George Gamel Angel. He's a professor who works at the Miskatonic University. He is a professor of Semitic languages. He has been called in on several relatively renowned cases regarding ancient history, especially in the Semitic lands of the Middle East, and a few more esoteric, more clandestine things. That's kind of where you found him. His name pops up in a few, like, weird culty places where, like, you're not sure if he was part of it or was called in to investigate it, but either way, his name pops up in relation to weird culty business. He is an authority on ancient inscriptions, is what he would tell you he is. So that is story tag number 1. You have 3 options. You can create a story tag, and then it will be used up once you apply him to your investigation. You could extend him to be usable multiple times throughout the course of this adventure. There's only so many things you can do with a person. Let's see here. Change the game. So you get a 10 plus. Actually, is your dynamite for change the game, or is that for...
I'm not dynamite on change the game.
Okay, cool. So you create a story tag. You can scale up the effect to give him potentially more knowledge, maybe. Prolong the effect to make it last longer. Or something else that we can agree on. So if there's something else you'd like to have added in there.
Can I do 1 to scale up the effect so like he has more knowledge, and then the second to be like he's like happy to see Judd instead of like basically just like up the level of contact it is, whereas like instead of it being like, oh, this passive like interaction, like
Yeah.
acquaintances. It's now like, oh, I'm happy to see this person show
Sure,
up and ask me
sure.
for a favor.
I will say this. Do you want to scale up his knowledge or make him usable multiple times? So you can scale it up or you can prolong the effect. If you prolong it, you can consult
Don't I
him
get 3
multiple-
juice though?
You do. You create one tag, which will be, once you apply that tag to an investigation roll, that tag is now burnt. It's now no longer there.
Right. So I create the tag for one.
Yep.
So creating the character, and then scale up, and
Yep.
then the second input.
Makes him your
other-
friend.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's what I was-
so do you want to scale it up to make him more knowledgeable, or would you rather have him as a resource that you can use over and over again?
Oh
Is
no,
my
I want to
question.
scale up and not prolong.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Cool. I just wanted to make sure that was
No,
explained
that makes
properly
sense.
mechanically.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
So that once you use him now, he's used.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
cool.
So I think the ladies can come or not. Judd says they're welcome to come if they want. They don't have to if they don't want to. Judd is going to stop at like a bodega on the way,
Okay.
and he's going to get black licorice. He's going to get liqueur, flavored like
Yep.
like bubbly water, and like a deli sandwich.
Yep.
And he's going to go over to the university, and like I think we like see him like, you know, I don't know if they're with me, then they'd be like following, but it's like we get like, it's one of those like kind of old school university buildings where it's like very like, you know, you get like down into the bowels and it's like you're like going down all these little hallways and
Yeah.
back and forth,
I
kind of
think-
old school building.
Art would have gone, I'm sure. Molly would
Okay.
probably as well.
Awesome.
Now, I think the most important question I have for you, Judd, is what kind of deli sandwich was it?
Pastrami.
On a nice good on a good rye bread.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
of course. Okay, fair. Of course it is, Sam. Okay, fan-fucking-tastic. Yeah, so you guys go to the Miskatonic, and as I remember that none of you are from New England, I have to explain what it looks like. And I can't reference the place that it actually looks like. So it is set up as a massive courtyard. There are 4, like, cornerstone buildings. This is arranged in like a massive rectangle. There are 4 huge cornerstone L-shaped buildings that kind of like they're L-shaped to the street that kind of square off the premises of the
Quad.
of the. It's like a quad, except that's the whole. It's the whole university. It's massive.
Right.
It's
Okay,
like a
gotcha.
mile long. And these buildings kind of like they're low on one side, and then in the center they're higher, like almost like a parapet. And then buildings dot in between them, and then there's a few buildings inside, and then there is actually a massive quad that is dotted with different statues of very important people to the school, to the city, to the towns, all around. And you know that the library is if you're heading to the west into the main entrance, the library is on the north. Oh, sorry, the southwest corner. This professor, however, is not found on the southwest corner. He is found in, like you said, Sam. He is found in one of the auxiliary buildings here, and you're able to find him in. Let's see here. He is in the Locksley Hall, like Locksley as in Robin Hood. So you are able to find him in Locksley Hall, and it is one of the older buildings, probably built in the 1920s, and it is old. That smell of like an old book when you open it up for the first time in like years. That smell of like dusty paper kind of permeates the entire building, and you can see the old wooden beams and like trestles above you as you kind of wend your way through this labyrinthian, what basically looks like almost a warehouse at this point, stored full of like boxes piling up full of like old newspapers and that kind of thing. As you wend your way down, and it seems as though Judd knows where he's going, but no one else could possibly. This is a maze, a mad maze, a dungeon of the Mad Mage, if you will. As you descend down to a basement floor, and you begin to see like these flickering halogen like bulbs that kind of like line the hallway, that kind of cast strange shadows. And you get through a set of rocking double doors with the old school like greenish stained kind of glass with the break X's inside of there, and it just says Dr. Angel on the door. As you kind of force your way through, there are lights in here. It looks very much like an old-timey library, complete with like the brass lights that have like the green hood on them that cast that weird glow above. It looks like you just stepped back into like the 20s and 30s as you kind of walk into this room. This room itself looks very different than the rest of what you just walked through. There are floor-to-ceiling bookshelves covered in like massive, small, medium-sized, all these kinds of tomes. As you kind of pass them, they're written in like languages you're not really sure what they are, and you hear that like the sound of an old fountain pen on paper. As you guys enter into this office research area.
Judd will say, George, how the hell are you?
One second, Judd. I'm in the middle of this is very important. And he is just scratching down.
You're always in the middle of something. Come on, I brought you something to eat. I don't come empty-handed.
You're never in the middle of anything, Judd. Hold on, just one. And then you hear like the sound of like the fountain pen like hitting a period. Okay, whew, I got it out. What are you doing here, Judd? This isn't. It's not our normal.
He like holds up like the bag like from the bodega and like hands it over. It's like, these are my business partners, Art, Molly. This is George.
He goes to take the sandwich from you, and he's looking at Molly and Artemis. You don't have business partners, Judd.
Well, they recruited me. I'm a private investigator now.
Judd, you don't work well with others.
That's an understatement.
Oh, he works great with us, don't you, Juddy?
Art said her is very quiet compared to everybody else.
As soon as Molly talks, you just see Dr. Angel's eyes go wide and like look back at her.
She's our office manager.
Look,
I'm former detective. Hello, Artemis. Pleasure to meet you.
He puts a confused hand out and like looks back at Judd while he's shaking your hand. Judd, what have you gotten yourself into?
Look, George, it doesn't matter. I'm you know how I like investigating, oddities in the city. Anyway, we came across something a little odd. I couldn't quite recognize it. I thought you might have seen it before.
Okay, yeah. What do you got?
He's gonna put down the paper with the drawing. It's like, I think it's related to the old folklore about, Solomon and the devil summoning and, sealing him in the book.
You put the paper down and he immediately snatches it up and like folds it in half and hands it back to you. He says, you can't just go putting that everywhere. You can't just go drawing that around wherever you feel like it.
Artemis will take it and put it in her pocket.
What?
That's all kinds of like bad luck, bad juju, whatever. You can't just, man.
I almost fell into a pit of fire because of it. So
Yeah, I mean it'll send you right to hell. And he like knocks on his desk, and you see him like reach into something, and he throws something over his shoulder. Yeah, that's the whole thing. Yeah, you see that symbol, you draw that symbol. Yeah, he'll drag you right down. Solomon, he had like 72 demons and devils under his control, and he was it's like a whole thing. He was just stamping them on the head, and he was just had an army of demons just doing whatever. Who knows, whatever. But you can't just be putting that around somewhere. What if it's real? What if it's
Oh, I mean,
what if you start summoning? What if you start summoning demons?
So you're saying someone might, in theory, someone would use this to summon demons, George?
I mean, yeah, in theory, like, you just put it, sometimes it's on a ring, sometimes it's on a book, it could be on the grimoire, it could be on the Key of Solomon, the Lesser Key of Solomon, the Greater Key of Solomon, it could be on, like, a necklace, it could be used as a talisman, you could draw it on places and open doors and portals, who knows what could happen. I mean, it could be any number of things. You could summon demons, you could summon all kinds of monsters, maybe an angel might pop out, who knows? I don't know, that's for sure. That's for sure!
Right. So... If someone's been drawing this, does it take specific knowledge? I mean, we just kind of copied it. Wasn't that hard?
I mean, everything all right?
I drew it from memory. I got she taps her head by her eye, photographic memory. So I just...
And nothing happened to you?
Not yet.
No, she kind of stutters.
Oof. All right. Well, I mean, good luck on that one. I don't know what you did, but... Whew.
So are there any positive outcomes you could think of where somebody would draw this? I mean, it sounds like it's strictly a bad thing.
I mean, yeah, like, I guess it depends on, like, how your definition of positive is. Like, if you were, like... Maybe if you were, like, you were, like, hellbent on, like, world domination and, like, you wanted to, like, have an army of demons to, like, do things for the greater good, like, I guess you could possibly do that. I guess you control the demons, so, like, the demons could be good or bad. They're still demons, I mean, like, ultimately they're probably trying to break free and, like, cause havoc. But, I mean, as long as you control them, like, I mean, you'd probably surely be fine. But, like, mostly it's, like, end of days.
Right. Got it. Well...
But,
Sorry, is someone drawing these? You said you saw it, and you drew it from memory. Which means someone put it somewhere first. Because you didn't see it in a book, or you wouldn't be here and have the book.
She looks at Jed.
And you can't have the book, because I have all the books.
You got the books, George.
I mean, I make sure that I have all the most dangerous books, so that other people can't get them.
Have you ever seen any people, like, crossing religions using artifacts from various things? She starts to draw the symbol that's at the top of Hermes' staff.
I mean, yeah, people use the religions all the time. Like, there's, like, the Spear Longinus. People believe that's the one that killed Christ, and that's buried somewhere out in... don't worry about that. But, like, it could be... Hello, snakes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cause some
That's the staff of Caduceus. I get them mixed up all the time. Greek and Roman, they're pretty much the same thing. They just call them different names. But I think that's like winged hat, winged shoes. Hermes, he has that, and it's a magic stick. He didn't do a whole lot with it. He mostly, I think he like played pranks and like put people to sleep. I think he stole a cow once.
Sleep thing sounds about right. She looks at Jed. We should have come to this guy like a month ago.
Yeah, well.
Wait.
I'm sorry. What do you, George?
What do you mean that sounds right?
Have any of your books gone missing lately by any chance?
Absolutely not. I would know if all my books go missing. I have them completely cataloged. And he taps his eye the same way that Artemis did, except like way more. So I'd know.
Giving him a once over with your she taps her head. Just real quick.
I mean, I wouldn't. I don't think I need to. I kind of know where everything is. It's fine. No one could find anything anyway. It's under. It's it's my own special brand of Dewey Decimal.
Symbol was drawn in a place that was hard to get to. So, you mind just giving it a once over? Just
like a hard to place to get to, like underwater, like in a cave. Like where was it? Like on top of a mountain, on a tree, on the highest peaks. Where was it?
She just looks at Judd like, I don't know how to get this guy to check his shit. What do I do?
George, I tell you what, I don't want to get it. Doesn't you don't need to get too involved in this one. Just let's say we found it somewhere in the city. We're investigating. We're gonna try to make sure it doesn't, go any farther. But we just need you to make sure that it wasn't from one of your books.
What happened when you found it?
It wasn't great.
It was warm.
Like it was. Like it's a hot day.
Shadow. Yeah. No, it was toasty. ever seen any shadowy dogs? Is there anything about that? Maybe
No,
that's
I've never seen any shadowy dogs. No, I've never seen any shadowy dogs. I've never seen that before, ever.
Okay, just throwing some spaghetti at the wall, basically.
Excuse me, miss, what are you doing? And he, like, looks over to Molly, who is clearly innocently standing there. You're just...
Molly be like, she's just playing with her hair and she's kind of like looking through some of his papers.
Huh?
What are you doing?
I mean, I'm doing a lot of things, you know. I mean, I could explain a whole lot of stuff. What do you mean, what am I doing?
What are you touching?
Well, you've got all these papers over here.
I know I do. Why are you touching
There's
them?
interesting symbols over here. I mean,
No,
you're
they're
having
not.
this, you know, but there's not interesting symbols.
Not
It's
for
a
you,
pretty
no.
Interesting symbol, and she's gonna pull a piece of paper up and hold it up. And I don't know what symbol's on it, but
What are you doing?
What's this?
Why are you touching things?
That's a pretty interesting symbol.
It
You
has
guys
nothing
think
to do
this is a pretty
with...
interesting symbol?
No, it's not. It's not interesting
It's
at all.
pretty interesting to me.
I have no idea what you're talking about. I've never even seen that
it's
symbol
not
before.
very interesting. I mean, you don't have any information that you could give us.
Molly, you're gonna kill the man.
Should we just give him money? What makes this guy like do stuff?
as soon- as
if
soon
this
as-
isn't important, you know, and she's gonna go to like tear just a little bit.
George
Oh, you
stands
know,
up.
you can recycle it.
What are you doing?
What was it you were asking, audience? What was your question?
We wanted you to check, make sure all your books are there. Just real quick.
Look, you don't need to. Come on.
Listen, if
now,
it makes you
Molly.
stop touching things, I'll look at whatever you want me to look at. Just put it down.
What? Okay, I'll put
Don't
it.
touch it. Oh God. Oh. And he like sits back down for a second, and you can see like there's a sheen of sweat.
George, I'm sorry about that, but if you wouldn't
I
mind
was
just
affected.
making sure it wasn't one of your books, just for us. I know that you know, but just so that we can know.
And
This better be pastrami right. Oh.
I tell you what, I'll bring you another one tomorrow too.
Okay.
It'll be a 2 for 1.
I'll give you.
yeah.
I'll give you. Just. She's not
No
welcome.
coffee
back.
for
She
him
can't-
though.
She can't.
She looks at Molly.
I got
She can't come back. She's not.
I got you pamplemousse flavor as well.
Loose
Don't
cannon.
you worry.
That one is a loose cannon. Okay. And he looks at Molly and then takes his sandwich bag, opens a drawer, puts it in there, and closes it, whole time maintaining eye contact, and then gets up. Okay. I'm gonna look.
Yeah,
Don't touch anything.
I'll make sure she doesn't touch anything, I promise, okay?
Judd, make sure no one touches anything.
I got you, George.
You hear that? I
Me-
said no one's allowed to touch anything. Okay. Okay?
Oh,
Gotcha.
Okay. And he like starts to like back away from you, like watching. Okay?
okay.
Okay, promise.
Hand to God, George.
All right. Okay. And he slowly begins to walk his way around a corner.
Judd's gonna look at Molly as soon as she's out of earshot. It's just gonna be like, really? You got it.
It worked. What do you mean, really? You were
He was
talking
already
about
gonna-
so
he was
wall.
gonna
He
do
wasn't
it.
gonna do nothing.
No, he wasn't gonna do it. Actually, let's be real, Judd. The
Look,
sandwich was not enough, but it was a nice touch. It's
Look, what I did was effective. Okay, was it a little harsh? Was I gonna read the paper? No. But did it work? Did it work? Is
It
he
did.
getting the books? Is he looking?
You almost killed the man.
We
Look,
will
he
not
looks like he's
send-
already close to death enough. If I did anything, I was gonna do him a favor.
Jesus.
I know basic CPR. We would have been fine.
Would have been fine.
As both Artemis and Molly say, we would have been fine. You hear from very far away, "Oh no!"
Oh boy.
And that is where we'll end episode 2 of Paradise City.
Oh, that's perfect.
Oh man, this was a good one. This was some shenanigans. Yeah, this was episode 2. The door is ajar. Yeah, thank you so much for being here, everyone. This was super fun. I'm so glad that everyone's back for this. Yeah, if you guys like what we see here, what you see here, subscribe to that Patreon down below. Get our after show, which we're gonna do right after this. It's only a few bucks. It supports us. It supports the channel. We get to do cool shit with it. Like all those fun new graphics and stuff. Yeah, if you like what you see here, Patreon down below, subscribe here on Twitch, join us in the Discord, be a part of the conversation, talk about this game, talk about all the other games. That being said, let's go around, do our introductions, and get the hell out of here and shoot our after show. We'll start with our returning vixen, Kitty Molly, who are you? Where can we find you on the internet, and what are you up to?
Hi, I'm Kitty. I'm Walker Kitty Inc. everywhere. I'm a freelance artist. I make lots of art, and right now I'm playing lots of Minecraft on the verified SMP server with a bunch of other partners. It's a great time. So come check it out.
Dope. Another role player. Cherry, who are you? Where can we find you on the internet, and what are you up to?
Cherry Bomb on Twitch, CherryBomb7 on Twitter. Been doing some hanging out with people on Friday in my Discord. Go find that information on my Twitch. And hopefully getting back into the RP stuff here now that I'm dying less. Ish.
Good. That's a positive.
It might be heading into that tonight after we do our post show stuff or the Patreon, which is up to.
Hell yeah. And last but not least, that's true. Last but not least, Sam, who are you? Where can we find you on the internet? What are you up to?
Last but also least.
No.
I'm Sam. Twitter at the Wizened Fool. I am here on Wednesdays, and on Sundays I play on Oath of Endosteel, which is on AP Gaming Reels YouTube. And if you want to subscribe to the Patreon, you can get the 1 week ahead video where we're doing Mech Dynasty and kind of combining King Arthur Pendragon rules with BattleTech. So that's been fun.
Sweet. Hell yeah.
Nice.
That's super cool. That's it. This is our first week of new shows. Thank you for checking them all out. We have one more tomorrow. Like I said, join us in the Discord. Be a part of all those conversations. And thank you all for being here for this amazing episode. We will see you all next week. So from all of us to you guys, bye-bye.